Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our first Starcraft play-by-play video. There's a lot of commentary out there from knowledgeable, charismatic, and/or entertaining casters. Traits that we lack. We're here to proof of concept a slightly different style of game commentary.
What we hope to do with the series is provide a dictation-based commentary focused on the play-by-play action in the game so that a spectator can follow the game simply by listening to the commentary to find out what happened in a popular or acclaimed series that they might have missed.
So go play a game, do some work, talk on VoIP with your friends, procrastinate over something, or even watch this video. So long as you can stay a while and listen, we'll try to keep you informed in the events of the game.
I'm Flownlord.
And I'm Irrelevant.
Let's get into the games.
Game 1. If you're just starting out with the series, you're in the right place. Alright, here we go, starting off with our best of 5 series to determine the third place here at IEM Kiev, or at the IEM Kiev match that was held this last weekend. We have our Blue Terran, Empire's Khas, down here in the southwest position, here on Tal'Darim Altar. And then up in the northeast, we have Liquid Zenio, the Red Zerg, recently added to Liquid.
Something's wrong with Zenio's Nexus. It's all gooey.
Oh, yes it is. Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen a Zerg. Had all those Protoss matches.
There's been a lot of Protoss lately. Khas starting us well off.
I would like to think that Zenio would play a good Protoss, though. It seems to be one of his strong matchups. I presume he knows the race.
Yeah. Although he's not in bad company, I mean, Rhett and Sheth still, right? On Liquid.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Overlord's leaving. Very slowly to scout. Khas not bothering with any scouting yet.
Looks like Zenio's grabbing his fast expand.
Yeah, Zenio went 15 hatch. Khas over here simply beginning a wall, getting 1 gas. Now, going back for a moment to the topic of Zergs on Team Liquid, you were listing Rhett and Sheth. You're forgetting TLO has been going back to Zerg of late, and then there's also, of course, Hapro. So Zenio is just one of 5 Zergs on Team Liquid. They have become a fairly Zerg-heavy team of late. They're sealing off the wall with the supply depot.
Yep, scouting
Now
SCV moving out to north.
Extractor just about to finish up, and a spawning pool now on the way for Zenio.
I am pretty excited for this series, because I feel like there's nothing more Starcraft than just Terran versus Zerg. And it's probably largely the fault of Starship Troopers.
That is probably the focus of, the story somewhat more as well. Particularly with the most recent campaign. Expansion finishing for Zenio. Khas arrives just in time to see it. Transferring over just a few drones right away. Ling speed is on the way now. Getting a reactor at his barracks and just about to finish up the factory. And also, Khas is now throwing on a command center just natural. Yep, lifting off the factory, so he will be doing reactor Hellions right away.
2 Zerglings moving out across the map. As well as 2 Marines.
Khas has cut gas. He just wanted to get that factory and reactor.
Zergling here harassing the SCV building the natural. Looks like he might actually kill it.
Spinecrawler going up outside Zenio's natural, but otherwise he is still droning away.
Zergling does not get that kill. 5 health left on that SCV, saved by a couple Marines.
Here come the first 2 Hellions, speeding across the map. Zenio sees it, with the Zergling at the Zelnaga tower. And he's got his queens and spinecrawler there ready to intercept. Hellions stop at the edge of the creep. Throwing down a second spinecrawler. Two more Hellions coming out across the map.
Scout Overlord about to reach Koss's base. Koss building a third command center in his main. The second one in his main, sorry. His third command center on the map.
A few speedlings poke out towards these Hellions. No confrontation takes place, they just poke out and back in. Hellions just fanned out here towards the edge of the creep. Not wanting to push in on these spinecrawlers and queens. Two more being added. Eventually he's going to hit a mass that he's comfortable trying to do a run by with. 18 Zerglings on the way. Zerglings run out to get us surrounded on a couple Hellions. Kill one. Now chasing Hellions. Kill another one. And now they're off the creep. Just about to get two more Hellions killed though. Yep, there they go.
Both go down.
But another pair of Hellions show up. Another Hellion goes down, so there's 3 Hellions left. And the Zerglings turn back around. And the Hellions are headed back towards Koss's base as well.
Zenio droning pretty hard. Upgrading to Lair, as well as another hatch finishing in his main.
+1 infantry weapons coming out. Stem about a third of the way done now.
Baneling Nest goes down. And the Scout Overlord ended up stopping, not going into the base of Koss.
Macro hatch is up. Koss adding more gas. Switching the reactor to his barracks, while the factory goes and builds its own reactor.
Zenio sitting on a supply lead, 74 to 57.
Barracks number 3 and 4 just finishing up. Starport about 75% of the way done. Zerglings poking at these rocks, 3 Hellions come towards them. Burn them a little bit, only get 1 kill. The Zerglings run back onto the creep. Hellions are now camping there at what would be Zenio's third.
Meanwhile, Marines of Koss taking out the destructible rocks at his own third.
Not a whole lot of them there. 5, about to be joined by 4 more.
Yep, Ling's back at the rocks for Zenio's third.
The Hellions poking in at the Queen here, trying to spread the creep, killing a few creep tumors. Delaying the creep spread a little bit there. And now they're coming back towards the Lings, which just finished off killing the rocks. And there's a hatchery queued up to be built there.
There's 9 Marines down at the Koss's third that's taking out this rock. Just let an overseer go right above them. Kind of unfortunate.
+1 weapons is now finishing for Koss, as he throws on 2 more barracks.
Hellions dance around with some Zerglings, Banelings at Zenio's third, which has started.
Zenio scouting around with a couple Lings. Throws in a 4th as well. Down here by the 3 o'clock position. Working on those double upgrades, going up to 1-1 for his melee and ground carapace. Also getting +1 flatter weapon attacks. But droning for the moment.
Meantime, Koss has actually taken the supply lead, now up 117 to 105. Not big, but a swap.
Shields in the way, +1 infantry armor on the way, starting to see tank production. Also an armory. Is that a second engineering bay? Yeah, it's a second engineering bay just finishing up. Just now double pumping medevacs from that starport. It was inactive for a while there.
Meat is starting to pop out.
Creep spreading has resumed. Starting to get that out in the middle of the map. For the moment, there are now 10 mutas. They're not grouped up yet, though. Also, number of lings moving out across the map, taking position at the southern watchtower. Mutas flying ahead. Marine tank medevac ball shifting around here by Casa's front. More lings coming out to join this force. Mutas poke in, miss the infantry ball by just a little bit. Now they're heading in towards the natural. Just poke at the supply depot for a moment before turning back.
Casa's actually reinforced.
Gauge stems up. Banelings getting killed before they can make any significant contact. The Zerglings get killed up quickly. Mutas just fly away. Avoid the confrontation.
He's looking for a good spot to poke in with the mutas, but Casa's done a good job of lining his minerals with missile turrets.
Zenio grabbing a 5th in the 12 o'clock position. And moving north with his army. Casa's following with his Zenio's following with his mutas. Yeah.
Zenio's now at 4 bases, fairly well saturated, although it looks like he might be losing the 5th that he's going for now.
Casa's getting close to maxing here, though, 185. Zenio's 157.
Large
Zenio
group
moving
of
south.
Zerglings.
Yeah,
Yep, moving
Casa's
out across
army
the map.
is substantially out of position if Zenio decided to push in here with this.
2 siege tanks on the cliff do force the 5th to cancel. Drone lives, though.
Zenio heading north with his mutas. That is one of his Ling Bling balls staying over here by the western watchtower. Mutas turning back towards his own territory. Slight drop here. At Zenio's 3rd. Fills off just a few drones. Before being cleared up.
Zenio dropping a macro hatch at his 3rd.
That drop accomplished very little.
Hive is about to finish at the natural. The drop didn't accomplish much, but Cas is sitting at almost 200 and he's on a bank of nearly 3,000 minerals, so
Plus
he
2
can afford to
weapons
be...
just about to finish for the Zerglings. Plus 3 carapace just starting. Burrow's just about to finish. Infestor production's coming in heavy. 9 on the way currently. Fifth on the way
Cas
once
lands
again
a
for
command
Zenio.
center at his 4th. Dropping some turrets as well.
Thor's now added to the mix for Cas. A few Zerglings run into that army. Get killed off quickly. So Cas's bio sitting at 2-2. Same
Greater
with
Spire
Zenio's
started.
Zergling. Infestor's starting to move out across the map.
Group of mutas grab a free medvac. Looks like we're about to get a marine as well.
Cas now moving out. Sizable number of marines, tanks, a Thor. Still a Hillian poking around with his army. Just moving straight east. Zenio positioning to receive this attack. Here comes in a bit of an engage on this high ground. Just a few Zerglings are lost before Zenio pulls back again. Cas on sieging and moving once again. Cas moving in on Zenio's 5th, 4th. Spinecrawler's starting production, but it's way too late. Hatchery does not last at all. Zenio has a few forces out here, not nearly enough to engage this, though.
Yep, starting another base, though, at the... some 10 o'clock, I guess, but inner... Oh, and the 10 o'clock as well.
Yeah, the northwest base and the northwest's natural. Broodlord's engaging this marine force. And now killing off the Thor as well.
Casa's sitting on a bank of 5,000 minerals now.
Medevac's clearing off the marines, and while the marines from the Medevacs, the mutas sweep in to kill the tanks, as do the Broodlords. And now the marines get picked off piecemeal by the Zerg flyers.
And Zenio takes the supply lead, 200-200 to 164 out of 200. That bank of 5,000 is going to come in here as Cas finishes mining out his main.
Second Spire on the way for Zenio. There are no flyer upgrades on the way currently, though. Just about to finish his +3 melee attack. Putting his Zerglings at +3/+3. And of course the Broodlings.
Cas exploring the south expansions with 2 new command centers, but there is a Zergling sitting at them. Or at one of them, at least.
A few shots at the start. There's an engage happening now. Bunch of fungals across the Marines. Broodlord's engaging as well. Muta's getting shot down by the Thors. Or by a Thor and some Marines. Infested Terrans going down, more fungal growths. Vikings coming out and pounding the Broodlords, though. Another Thor shows up. Slowly getting picked apart by Broodlings and Broodlords.
Pretty sizable Zergling drop coming on the way across the south of the map from Zenio. It's 5 Overlords, mostly full of Zerglings.
Mostly just Infestors, and there's the 2 Broodlords left in this central army. One Thor just about to go down, gets finished off by Broodlings. Vikings come back in, finish off the Broodlords. Overlords get shot a little bit by that tower.
One of the ones full of Zerglings goes down, unfortunately, but still a very sizable drop.
Command center out in the center being morphed into a fortress. Zerglings running by here, trying to run by here, but no, engaging with the Thors instead. Trying to pick off a tank as well. And they grab a Thor. Very nearly grab 2 Thors. Just 8 hit points left. A few more Zerglings picking off a sentry tower and a missile turret. Then being cleaned up by Casa's forces.
The drop in the main is taking a lot of damage.
Zerglings running into the planetary fortress down in the southeast. The planetary fortress will defend itself. More Broodlings morphing in the center of the map, poked out by the Viking. Also Marines versus fungal growth engagement happening. Bunch of Terran beach balls being dropped. Infested Terrans. A couple Thors go down, but there's only a couple Broodlords left as well. Only one Viking though, and it is pulled back. All the Thors are down now. Broodlords and Broodlings and Zerglings running forward.
Zerglings and Casa's main taking out the engineering bay, a bunch of supply depots, taking out the armory now.
Yep, they will get the armory, preventing that +3 vehicle weapons upgrade from finishing. Now they're working on reactors in the barracks. Meanwhile, more Lings attacking this central planetary fortress.
Yep.
Zenio now moving in on Casa's base down here in the south.
Some Zergling harass taking out the 6th, or Casa's 6th.
And they will get the planetary fortress, it looks like. Now here comes some Marines, forcing the Infestors to burrow and try to run away. More Zerglings coming in to face these Marines. Oh, the
Planetary's gonna live.
But yeah, the fortress gets saved though. It is enough.
Which is good for Cas. He absolutely needs that. He's down, 2 mining bases from that, essentially.
Yeah, sitting about 115 to 150. Decent number of Marines here pushing back these infestors and corruptors. Now chasing them across the map. More broodlords morphing in, right near the edge of the creep. Oh, corruptors fly right into the Marines and get shot down. Broodlord morphing is cancelled, so the corruptors can fly away. Zenio still at 160, Jocasta is 140.
81 of those being drones, 54 being SCVs. Zenio dropping another base at the 9 o'clock.
Meanwhile, back at Costa's base, we're seeing a Ghost Academy. He also has 3 starports lined up here. Producing Vikings. No reactors on them. Now, did he rebuild his armory? He did not, it appears.
No, I did not.
He's getting an eBay again. Broodlords move forward here, clearing out a marine that was along a tower at the west.
Yeah, Zenio's about to max out again.
Grabs a kill on a corruptor, now poking in at the Broodlord, about to kill a Broodlord. Broodlord goes down. Infested Terrans and Fungals go down on the Marines. Also Zerglings charging in. A lot of SCVs, most of them survive. Low. Running back to the siege tanks. Vikings also running back now. Supplies have evened up at about 180 each. Zenio heavy on corruptor production.
Yep, looks like his newest base about to get found by the Terran ball.
Yep, tanks siege up. Marines start killing it.
Yep, Zenio knows he isn't going to be able to hold it, just holds.
Pulls back, continues grouping his forces. Vikings coming forward to take some shots at more corruptors and broodlords. Not quite getting a kill. They get fungled. Now the corruptors are engaging. Vikings are going down. Vikings are gone. Tanks are now being killed off by the broodlords. And broodlings and zerglings. Moving forward. Tanks are gone, just a few marines being cleaned up by the lings and the broodlords. Hatcheries queued up to be rebuilt.
Yep,
and more broodlords morphing in.
Marines. New group of Vikings and tanks moving out across the map.
Zenio's also rebuilding the hatch at the 3 o'clock position. Costa's moving that way again with his own army.
Yep, as well as another command center.
And the Vikings are attacking some overlords, getting some free kills there. Hatcheries cancelled. Tanks are sieging up, but they do not have a whole lot of marine support here. Good for them, Zergir has not arrived yet. Vikings killing lots of overlords. Zenio's supply block 186 out of 144. Just one queen trying to fight off that Viking cloud. It was brutalizing the overlords. Zenio moving forward. One Viking versus the entire corruptor ball.
Does not end very well for that pilot.
Broodlords forcing this smallish group from Koss back. Zenio's maxed once again. Koss at 164.
Koss having apparently a command center scout at the 9 o'clock position, just watching this hatchery from above. Nothing from Zenio here to kill it, but looks like he's going to land it.
+3 Zerg fire attacks and +2 Carapace, just about halfway done. Up to 13 ghosts for Koss. Broodlord's starting to poke in at the central planetary fortress. Turn right back around.
Cause
Poking
morphing
it again.
that scout and command center into a planetary.
Will that be in range of the hatchery?
Just barely. If it finishes on time. Some Zerglings here to start working on it.
Engagement up. Stem on the Marines. Snipes going off on Corruptors. Lots of fungals going off on Marines, Vikings, everything costs. More and more snipes. Everything going down to the snipes.
Planetary does go down Zerglings before it finishes.
Zenio's force in the middle is destroyed. He's reduced to 118 supply. It costs us 133. Story of that battle being sniped.
Costs rebuilding a lot of Zerglings and getting an Ultra out, as well as some Infestors. Viking Cloud is just too large at this point to deal with, I guess.
Chitinous plating just starting for those Ultras. So it'll take a little while for it to get out. Cost now moving north with this 3 tanks and a bunch of ghosts with a Viking Cloud overhead. Bunch of Lings and a couple Spine Crawlers ready to try to defend this 10 o'clock position. Fester comes in towards this base of Costas and gets killed by the planetary. As well as a couple Overlords getting shot by its turrets. Cost now pushing in the 10 o'clock position.
Getting shot down by Marines.
Killing off the spines before they can before one of them can finish. Killing the other one right as it finishes. Now killing the hatchery.
Tank
Zenio has
Marine
nothing to
Viking
try and
bomb
stop it.
across the middle.
Laying Ultras with
intercept.
a few Infestors attacking Costas' southeast expansions. Surrounding the planetary. Looks like they will take it down. The SCVs are working on repairing it. And it goes down. Meanwhile, Kosh pushing in on more of Zenio's northwest expansions. Dropping in the northwest and that other attack of attacking its natural location. Northwest goes down to the Landed Vikings, the drop.
As well
And
as
the one at the
Xenia's
northwest
third.
natural gets finished off.
Yep,
Xenia's
Xenia's
fourth
third
getting
goes down 6
sieged up.
tanks.
Costs up at 170, Zenio to 157. Fungals
Yep,
and
Zenio
GG.
GG's out.
He had lost all of his mining bases there in those last few moments, and simply had nothing in the bank.
It was a very scary form of Zerg where he was all over the map, but it was almost too all over the map, I think.
And that wraps up Game 1, on to Game 2.